How's it going, everyone? Got quite a few updates to go over regarding Helldivers 2. Now, by the time you guys are watching this video, there's a chance that a new patch for the game is going to drop. Hopefully, adding some more fixes to the game. Obviously, it's been quite the saga when it comes to Helldivers 2 and how this game is doing. Obviously, when you can play the game, it is generally received to be one of the best co-op games in a very, very long time, but the issue is getting into the game, and it does seem like there's a wide variety of issues in the sense that some people are just having a train wreck of an experience where they can barely play the game. It takes them 3 hours to queue in. Then there's the saga of people, you know, staying logged into the game and not logging out, so server capacity opens up because they've capped the server at 450,000 for the time being. It is not going to increase, so they need to implement some sort of AFK timer or something like that. Some people are just like, screw the AFK timer, just keep your game on the whole time and you won't have a problem. Well, that's not really ideal in most circumstances. Most people would prefer to turn their game off, especially when, you know, they do things like go to bed. Yeah, like, just throwing that out there. Nonetheless, we'll talk all about some of the information. We got a bit of an update on the Steam reception, and kind of justifiably so, given the issues with the game right now. We'll get to that in a little bit. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to ask you guys, please like this video and do leave a comment with your thoughts. It really does help out the channel a lot, and it is much appreciated. But first of all, we do have a brief update from the Arrowhead production director noting, "Hello there, Helldivers. We have improvements rolling out this week focused on the most serious problems in the game: login, matchmaking, and server load. You will see the update for PC and PlayStation 5 tomorrow, though please keep in mind that no single update will resolve all the issues." I think that's something that people really need to realize, that not only will not one single update solve all the issues, there is a chance that an update can introduce other issues in the game. It's not going to be an overnight fix. This is going to take a couple weeks. Like, it's long past the point of this is going to be something done by the end of the week or done by maybe even the end of the month at this point. I don't think that's going to be the case. I think things will get better and better heading into the end of the month, but I think we're going to be here in terms of issues for the game for quite a while. The statement continues, "Rather, we will be making continuous improvements over the days and weeks to come." They specify weeks to come, but really, obviously, the game's going to get patched for a long, long time. There's going to be issues arising all the time, but hopefully not to this extent in the future. We're all making sure that the game is at a stable place to spread managed democracy to everyone in the planet, in the galaxy. Thank you as always, Alex B. So there you go with that. Do expect updates to continue rolling out. The Helldivers Twitter account has been quiet over the last couple of days or so. Their last tweet, as I'm recording this video, was on February 17th. That was the tweet where they noted, "Despite our best effort to increase server capacity to accommodate all of you who die for freedom, we are experiencing capacity issues. We are once more working without delay to improve the issue, and we hope to have a fix in place as soon as possible. Thank you." And that tweet has 5.3 million impressions, which is actually insane to think about, that the game has resonated on this level. The Helldivers 2 Twitter account also has 213,000 followers, and they were well off from that before the game actually dropped, of course. But right now, it is a case of a lot of people are upset, and I get it that there is a divide in the sense that there's a ton of people upset. There's the people that are upset but at the same time incredibly happy for the game's success, and then there's also the type of people, and I don't agree with this, that just want to say, "You guys don't understand server capacity issues, you guys don't understand coding, you guys don't understand XYZ, these issues are not a big deal, why don't you go to start up some servers yourself?" Yo, I get that to an extent, and I get it that this is an arduous task to go through, but at the same time, when people spend $40 on a game, especially a game that came out a week and a half ago, it's in their right to be a little bit upset, or a lot upset, given that they spent their hard-earned money to play a game and it hasn't been working, and it's been at a pretty unplayable state for a lot of people. In my experience, it hasn't been as bad as some other people's experience, but one of my boys just copped the game yesterday, and he was having an absolute nightmare experience with the game, and I'm just like, yeah, this doesn't sound great. And there's a reason why the Steam reception, which I did want to talk about, has dropped from mostly positive into mixed. I believe it was as high as like 73, 74%. Well, it is now mixed at 68% positive, and obviously all of those issues are tied to the server issues. Not even the majority of those issues people aren't talking about the anti-cheat anymore as much. People just want to play the game, and unfortunately, they can't play the game. I know that this is a case of Arrowhead Game Studios is a smaller studio. If Sony wanted to help, there's issues with Arrowhead's own back-end server that, you know, bringing somebody else in from the outside is gonna prove to be difficult, and there's a lot of moving pieces. I understand that, but assuming that the large, overwhelming majority of consumers are gonna understand the back-end issues of coding and server management, that's just not realistic. People spend $40, they have the right to an expectation that the game is gonna work, and it's not working. That's the end of discussion, and I get it. You can be like, there was no way to see this coming. Helldivers 1 peaked at 7,000 players, which I just think is a really, really foolish comparison when you're comparing it directly to Helldivers 1. Helldivers 1 came out back in 2015. Gaming is a totally different landscape. We've seen games pop off out of nowhere before. And in the case of Helldivers, Helldivers 2, it really wasn't out of nowhere. I want to say within the week and a half leading into release, there was a chance that the game was going to pop off. I think everybody started to realize, based on metrics that were coming up, and based on the discussion online, I think a lot of people did realize, okay, there's potential for this game to really resonate when it does officially launch. Now, did I think it was going to be at 400,000 players? No, but we're also, what, 2 weeks removed from the release of the game? A week and a half, I should say, removed from the release of the game? It should be getting better and better, and at this point, it just seemingly is getting worse from where it was launch day. But the issue is, what has happened since launch day? The talkers, the Instagram shorts, reels people, everybody's now hearing about this game and wants to dive in as well, no pun intended. The game on Steam alone is regularly peaking at over 400,000 players. Right now, it's at 198,000 players, so it has fallen off a little bit, but the morning for Helldivers 2 seems to be the quietest period for the game. And by the way, if you are having issues as far as a black screen showing up, from what I am gathering, that is from server issues as well. If the game just goes to a black screen, that is apparently from server issues as well. When you actually get into a game, it seems like most people are having a fine time. I'm still seeing some people experience stuff like rewards issues, so it's, you know, the issues extend beyond just server capacity. If this game didn't have server capacity issues, it wouldn't be absolutely perfect, but it would be a pretty damn good game, and I think it would literally be sitting at very positive reception, or even overwhelmingly positive, because I do believe that's how highly people think of this game. And I know that at one point Arrowhead was incrementally upgrading their servers, going from 350k to 450k. Now it just looks like they're really trying to increase server stability, and a lot of this is pretty new for them. I'm sure that they weren't expecting to deal with a game that was going to have hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of people playing the game at a concurrent basis, and they aren't familiar with something like this. There is some leeway I can give them. I understand. At the same time, I don't think it's right to attack people for being upset about it and be like, you guys don't understand the coding backend. Yes, I get it. Some people on Twitter can be a little bit obnoxious and a little bit irritating. I saw one tweet from the Arrowhead Game Studio CEO where somebody tweeted at him servers, and then he just responded, oh, good call. I didn't think about that. I totally forgot. Which, that got a lull out of me, but at the same time, like, $40 game. It would be one thing if it was a free-to-play game. In this instance, if it was a free-to-play game, it would be like, hey, you know what? It is a free game at the end of the day, and the servers are having issues. It is what it is. But in this case, this is a $40 game. It sold well over 1 million copies, and I know a lot of people that have sunk real money into this game already. So their total cost for this game went up to $60 after they bought the 2,000 super credits or whatever, which don't really think that's a good idea, but I guess some people just like need this that badly, where they want the super credits and they want the Skilled Veterans War Bond, even though most people agree that the weapons from the regular War Bond are the superior ones. But nonetheless, what can you expect out of people when they get super into a game? And you know, that's what you gotta do when it comes to live service games. I don't think it's really about getting as much money as you can on the front end from people. I feel like that's what a Skull and Bones and a Suicide Squad does, with a $70 price tag, early access, trying to get people to spend $100 right out the gate. Helldivers 2, people were spending $33 to $40 right out the gate, and then they like the game so much, and then they spend even more money. I think that's a much more optimal route to go. But as I mentioned, the game right now sitting at 198,000 players, 201,000 as I refresh the page, and that's Steam only. I have to reiterate this because some people were pointing it out. When I talk concurrent players, it is mostly Steam only, so when I say 200,000 concurrent players and then the server capacity is 450k, how does that make any sense? Because PlayStation 5 has the game as well, and it's doing very well on there, and sometimes they are under the 450k mark, but there are other server stability issues that are in place as well. It's not just, oh, if they go 1 over 450k, everything gets destroyed. There's server stability, server capacity, stuff that's way above my pay grade and stuff that I don't understand. I'm just a schmuck that's trying to play the game. I spent my $40. I would like to play the game. That's all I'm saying. I'm sure at this point, if you really did go to Steam and you have over 2 hours in the game, you probably could get a refund. I don't think anybody's looking to get a refund. At least most people aren't looking to get a refund. They're just trying to play the game and have the game at a working and suitable state. But hopefully by the time you guys are watching this video, the first update has rolled out, but the patches are going to be rolling out for the entirety of this week, next week, and going forward. Do not expect one patch overnight to remedy all the issues. I could see, you know, it being an instance of a patch rolls out, some people are able to get in, and then more people are trying to jump in, and then that causes even more issues, and so on and so forth. This is gonna be quite the arduous journey for Arrowhead Game Studios over the next couple of weeks. But hopefully by the end of it, we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. That'll do it for me. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Unfortunate for the mixed reception on Steam, but honestly, as much as I do like the game, what else can you say about it? Like, the game legitimately doesn't work right now, and that's like the end of it. If it works for you, then great, but it has not been a smooth experience to say the least. But again, that'll do it for me. Your thoughts down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.